Hey there, Robert Ferringo of DocSports here with an NFL free play for Week 3. Make sure that you go to DocSports.com for all of your sports handicapping needs. And don't forget to like and subscribe to DocSports YouTube channel. Today, the game that we're going to be breaking down is the Kansas City Chiefs at the New York Giants. Kansas City is a -6 favorite, and this game is kicking off Sunday night at 8 p.m. on September 21st. So here we go. We get the Giants back in prime time, a spot that they absolutely don't deserve. They're right there with the Browns and Jets, I believe, for the fewest wins in the NFL over the last 10 years. So they're one of the league's worst teams, yet they get all kinds of primetime love. Kansas City's in prime time, but that's okay. People like to watch Patrick Mahomes, even if they're hate watching Patrick Mahomes. So not sure how interesting this game is going to be, although we have two 0-2 teams matching up in this game. So this is basically like a September playoff game. I know that's weird to think of because, hey, the Giants don't make the playoffs anymore. But the reality is that teams that start the NFL season 0-3 miss the playoffs. I believe over the last 25 years, they have missed the playoffs 98.8% of the time, maybe 98.6%. It's somewhere around there. I believe that only two teams that started 0-3 would have ever qualified in a 14-team playoff format over the last 25 years. So one of these teams, their seasons, well, not their season, because they still have a lot of games to go, but their playoff hopes are going to be gone. Now, I'm looking at the total in this game, which is set at 45. Now, the Chiefs offense, everybody knows, has been struggling, but they do still have Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid, one of the finest offensive minds in the league. The Chiefs went 3-6 against the total on the road last year and 3-5 against the total on the road the year before that. So everyone knows that they don't have the same amount of firepower that they did in kind of the young Mahomes years. That doesn't mean that they still can't score. Now, the Chiefs are 6-12 against the total in their last 18 road games overall. They're facing a Giants defense that just got lit up by the Cowboys. Cowboys had no problem hanging 40 on them. In fact, the Giants and Cowboys combined for 44 points last week in the fourth quarter and overtime. 5 touchdowns, I believe, were scored in the last 6 minutes of that game. 5 scoring plays, 4 touchdowns and a field goal in the last 6 minutes of that game. It was pretty nuts. Okay, the Giants, though, they only scored 22 combined points over their first 7 quarters. Washington held them to 6 points, and then they were basically getting shut down by the Cowboys last week through the first 3 quarters before everything just kind of went haywire in that fourth quarter. Now, the Giants did allow 42 points through their first 7 quarters. But again, if they hadn't melted down against Dallas in the fourth quarter, that's respectable, right? That's an average, a per game average of around 24 points per game allowed. Not great, but not terrible. The Giants have been held to 20 points or fewer in 11 of their last 14 games. The offense under Brian Daboll has never worked, and it's still not working. They've been held to 14 or fewer points in 8 of their last 14 games. So in more than half of the New York Giants' last 14 games, they've scored 14 points or less. I think they're facing a very good Kansas City defense that knows that it really needs to carry the load and shoulder the burden until the Chiefs get some of their key playmakers back, guys like Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy and anyone that they're able to trade for. So before I get to my free play, I just want to mention that I have had 5 of 6 winning football weeks to start this season. And over the last 21 weeks, I've banked over plus 11,200 in profit. One of the top numbers in the country, frankly. This week, I'm going to have a 7-unit college football play on Saturday that I'm very excited about, and a 6-unit NFL play on Sunday that I also love. But my free play for today, promo code EASY10. If you want to get on board with my service this week, use the promo code EASY10. You can get 10% off a weekly picks package. And again, I'm probably going to have somewhere between 25 and 30 rated plays this weekend. I know that's a lot more than the other handicappers. I have a completely different style. It's very unique in the industry, but it's also very successful. So EASY10, use that, and you can get on board for all of my picks. But my free play is Kansas City and the Giants under 45. This Kansas City offense is going to continue to struggle against a Giants defense that really isn't as bad as it played in the fourth quarter against the Cowboys. I do think Kansas City's defense is going to shut down a Giants offense that outside of one quarter has been pretty miserable. As I mentioned, if you kick out the fourth quarter of that game, and if we count overtime as a full quarter. I know it was only a 10-minute quarter and they didn't play the whole thing, but let's extrapolate here. The Giants have only scored 22 points in, let's say, 7.5 quarters, if we count that overtime as half of a quarter. So they're averaging about 3 points a quarter. I think that Kansas City can keep them around 14. I think they can score around 24. I don't think they're going to get anywhere close to this total, which is currently sitting at 45. So take the Chiefs Giants under. That's it for today. Till next time, Carpe Diem and good luck.